Hey everybody, Wylie Hubbard here. We're doing another background check on a song that I wrote, and we're going to do the song Mother Blues today because I was told to do that by my owner out there. So, Mother Blues is pretty self explanatory, really. There was a nightclub in Dallas called Mother Blues when I was a young man, about 21, 22 years old. Used to go there, and it was just a funky club there in Dallas. Lightning Hopkins played there, Freddie King's, Bugs Henderson, all the kind of major rock bands after they would do their big reunion arena gig would come to Mother Blues and hang out. And there were poker games upstairs, and one of my highlights of my life was playing poker with Freddie King, which he used to play a game called Lucy Deucey, which just meant that Freddie won every time. But it's kind of one of those things that when I started off with the song, I just kind of had this idea of, when I was 21 years old, what do you want? A stripper girlfriend and a gold top Les Paul. So I kind of put together the idea of Mother Blues, and so anyhow, what had happened was in the song, the guy after the other clubs would shut down, they'd have jam sessions there, and people sitting in, like say Net Singer and oh gosh, Mouse and the Traps, just a bunch of cool people, a bunch of old, young rock and rollers at the time. And so anyhow, the idea being that you're sitting there at the jam table, and after you're sitting there jamming or playing poker or whatever, and the strip clubs had closed down, and those girls would come over, and the young girl came up while I'm playing and says, "You know anything good on that guitar?" And then she does every time I hear that song, Poke Salad Annie, just want to take off my clothes and dance around my underwear. So what are you going to do? You're going to go down in Louisiana and sing Poke Salad Annie, and then what else you going to do? And so anyhow, then you hang out, fall in love. She drinks a little bit of tequila, pawns you Les Paul. You break up. She goes to Hollywood. She marries an actor and starts working on the Hudson Brothers TV show, which was a summer replacement for Sonny and Cher or Smothers Brothers. I can't remember the Hudson Brothers. So you're glad that she did all right, and then you run into the door girl, which was Judy. She, at 16, she was the door girl there at Mother Blues. And we didn't really know each other back then. I'd always kind of come in the back door and go upstairs and hang out. And so we ran at each other, I guess, in 88, somewhere around there. So you put in there, you end up marrying the Mother Blues door girl. And Judy wants it understood that she was the door girl, not the, dancer. And then, so what happens? You have a kid, and all of a sudden he gets you Les Paul and starts playing guitar. And then in the song, when we recorded it, had Rick Richards and George Reeve, and Lucas played guitar. I guess he was 17 or 18 at the time when we recorded it. And then one of the, and so at the very end of it, you're very grateful to play with musicians like George and Rick and Lucas, and be on stage with your son. So, the days you keep your gratitude higher than your expectations, you have really good days. And I mean, like I say, that was the whole reason kind of to write the song, to get to say that line. And then two really, I guess, kind of unique things about it. We recorded it, and we put in the line in there, "Down Louisiana where the alligators grow cement." So the record was coming out. Judy calls EMI because they had the publishing on it. And all of a sudden they sent back a letter that says they want $5,000 and 66 2/3% of the publishing of Mother Blues in order to use those two lines. So Judy emailed them back, very short response, said, "You will bleep it." That's her way she does that. We may have to edit that out, I don't know, but she just said, "You will bleep it." So I called Tony Joe and I said, "Hey man, they want $5,000 and 66 2/3 for the publishing of the whole song. So Tony said, well, I don't know, EMI don't have the publishing on that anymore, but let me call them old boys. And then come Monday, all of a sudden we get a letter from EMI that says you can use the song at no cost and no percentage and everything. That just kind of shows you what a stand-up guy Tony Joe White was. And then the other thing about that is all of a sudden we get a phone call from Jennifer, and said that from Worldwide Pants, said that David Letterman would like Ray to appear on his show and do the song Mother Blues. So we flew up there. We got John Michael Sheff on bass, and because George Reef and Rick Richards were out with Joe Walsh at that time. What had happened with them, and all of a sudden I get this phone call, said, Ray, this is Joe Walsh. I don't want to steal your Snake Farm band, but I want to steal your Snake Farm band. So Joe and Rick and Buck Allen went out with Joe Walsh for a year, so I had to do the Letterman show with Kyle Snyder and John Michael and Lucas. So we went up there, and that was really, really a thrill. We had to cut out, I think, the metaphor verse because of the time limit and everything. But we got to meet David Letterman. It was really cool, and we got to talk with David. David was really cool. Came over and said, you know Guy Clark? And I said, yeah, I know Guy Clark. He said, I'm a big fan of his. And I said, me too. And so anyhow, that's kind of how that came about. It just kind of fell into place from a true story, and voila.
When I was a young man, about 21 years old, y'all, all I wanted was a stripper girlfriend and a gold-top Les Paul. Be careful of the things you wish for. You might get them. There was a nightclub in Dallas. It's called Mother Blues. It's where Lightning Hopkins played, and Freddie King even paid some dues. And all the dealers and gamblers and young white hipsters, they all made the scene. The girl at the door who checked IDs was just 16. It was not a place for law-abiding citizens. Jackie Jones, he had him a habit. He just couldn't stop. He said, give me $500 and I say I'm a Les Paul gold top. I drove my daddy's car down to Ross Avenue and I sold it. I guess I should have told him. He alluded to the police that someone stole it. It was just the first of many bad decisions I was to make for the next 20 years. Oh, but I had me a guitar. Now everybody knows that the real nightlife begins after the clubs close, what they call after hours. It's 2 a.m. and everybody's gone but the band, the dealers, and Jack Jones. And then the girls from the Landon Strip Club come over after they put their clothes back on. So I'm at my blues and I'm sitting on an amp. I'm playing Twist and Shout. And this tall drink of water walk in, look like she might have to shoot her way out. She come up to me, she says, you know anything good on that guitar? I didn't say nothing, I just kept on playing. She said, have you ever heard this song called Pope Sally Danny? I just kept on playing. She said, every time I hear that song, my insides feel like warm butter, and I just want to take off my clothes and dance around in my underwear. I said, down in Louisiana, where the alligator grows so mean. Whoa, oh, that's all I knew of it, but it was enough. Oh. So we hit it off. Me and this dancer, we hit it all like a metaphor for a hydrogen bomb. We was a rich uranium supercritical mass. We was a chain reaction. It was love and lust, mostly lust, but a mutual attraction. So there I was, boys, at 21 years old. I had it all. I had a fine stripper girlfriend and a gold top Les Paul. Oh, the future, oh, it looked promising. Oh, but there were dark clouds on the horizon. She was a beautiful girl, but she liked to drink tequila, and oh, that ain't all. I come home 4 or 5 times and shit on my Les Paul. We broke up and she went to Hollywood. She married an actor. She got a job dancing on the Hudson Brothers TV show and modern lipstick from Max Factor. Oh, I got over her. I'm glad she done all right. I'm glad she done all right. Oh, yes I am. Well, now me, I never busted through the gates into the big time as a rock and roll star. For 40 years I just carried around an old gold top guitar. But love and fate are mysterious things in this funky old world. It was 20 years ago I ended up marrying that Mother Blues door girl. We had us a boy, he's 18 years old now. He's playing guitar. He ended up with that Les Paul gold top, yes it did. Now I don't know if he's gonna hang his life on it or not, but I'm very grateful for the time I get to share the stage with him. I'm grateful for the time I get to play with musicians like George Reeve and Rick Richards, and I'm grateful I get to write these old songs and travel around the world and play them for people, and they come out and hear me play. And the days that I keep my gratitude higher than my expectations, well, I have really good days.